YouTube, what's good? What's good? Let me make sure we're running and we're good. We got a chat going. Yup. All right, so today I want to react to some music. I want to talk about a couple things that have been going on this week, just on my timeline and my algorithm, just so y'all know what I'm into, what I'm keeping up on, and what I like. So we're gonna talk a little bit about guns today. I just got home from the range, so I really just tried out this interactive digital shooting thing that we're gonna talk about. Russ dropped a new song, first single off of his new album called Wild. We're going to listen to that, watch the music video. We're going to talk about him doing vinyl and something that I think is super cool that he did with that. Little Simz dropped the first single from her album coming up. I forget what the new, looks like Lotus is the name of the album. So we're going to listen to Free, the first single off of Lotus. We're going to listen to YG 2004. I heard that YG is talking about being sexually assaulted as a young man on this song, so that's some very heavy stuff, so we'll get into that. Maybe we'll do that last. And if we got time and if I feel like it, we'll talk about Monta Watch and the new Pepsi Skyquest that we put out, or they put out today. And yeah, we'll talk about that, maybe watch a little bit of the live that they did, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with this Accushot live fire dynamic training. It is the Accushot LFX, which stands for Live Fire Experience. So if you understand anything about going to a range, usually you go, you have your own bay, you're set up, you send the target down up to 75 feet, 25 yards, and you're basically shooting at a stationary target. At the range sharpshooter STL, we have interactive targets that flip this way. So it'll go from looking at you straight like this to flipping this way so that you can shoot at it. And then this is basically a no shoot. It'll come forward and backward at you. But what the Accushot LFX does is it gives you a digital interactive training. So moving targets, it's all digital. It's on a projector, but it live tracks your scores. So what you see here is the projector is down here at the bottom, and we're projecting onto this. It's basically, it looks like drywall kind of, but it shoots like paper, and it tracks all of your hits so that you know exactly where you hit, exactly where you miss. We're doing moving targets, so the example that you see here, there's an A and there's a B, and what you're supposed to do, it's 8 shots. You're supposed to transition, shoot A, shoot B, shoot A, shoot B. How it goes is if you miss A, you still move on to B, so it's only 8 shots. I messed up on this first one, as you'll see. I shoot 9, but I thought this was super cool, man. They have way more than this. They have, you'll see in a minute, we have Pac-Man ghost stuff. They got live scenarios like active shooters, hostage scenarios, traffic stop scenarios, I think from the officer's perspective. They had a bear charging at you. All sorts of cool games and interactive situational stuff that you can live fire real ammunition, and that's the most important part. It's not lasers, it's not CO2 gas pumps that make the barrel go back and forth. It's real live fire, live tracking your scores. So let's see how I did on this first one. Like I said, 8 shots, A, B, A, B. I shot 9, I got excited. So.
Stand by.
So if you counted, that was 9. But the dots were pretty big. This first one was pretty easy for me. I got through it. Target acquisition on the first one took a little bit. Once I got my eyes on my dot, it's pretty easy for me to track it back and forth at those smaller distances, especially where I'm not having to move. It's a lot easier that way. So I got through that one pretty quick. They were like, all right, looks like you're a pretty decent shot, so let's go ahead and make those dots smaller. Let's move them a little bit faster and give you less time. So same 8 shots, but the dots are about to be smaller. So you see I missed the first one there, and you can see, if you look real close, right on the mouse there, that's my dot where I missed. So I miss, I go over, I shoot B, and then B moved. A stayed the same because I missed it the first time, and I got to come back now. And now they stacked them right on top of each other. Put the B right over the A, and I had to get behind the B, almost, again, like in a hostage type scenario, and hit the A. I missed low, snagged the B in front of it, go back to the B, drill over. So, lots of fun. Really gets the adrenaline pumping. It made my heart start pumping. It's kind of nice. This is the Pac-Man one. So basically what it is you got to shoot all the ghosts twice. It's 40 rounds. I forget how much time they give you. You have to shoot all of the ghosts twice, and then they'll disappear. But you can't shoot the blue ones. The first question I asked was, are there any purple ones that look kind of blue? Because I'm kind of colorblind, and I might mess it up. But no, it was like red, yellow, and green. So it was a no shoot on the blues, and shoot everything else twice. So what I had trouble with on this one is I started chasing the ghosts instead of aiming, like leading them and having it come to my dot and then shooting. And I was shooting like a Glock 19 or something, or a Glock 17. I'm not used to shooting Glocks. I don't like shooting Glocks. They don't feel good in my hand. But my other option was the Walther that's sitting there on the table. So I chose the Glock. It had a dot that I was familiar with. So this one I struggled with. I think I had 11 misses on 5 shots. There's a reload. Another reload. I got a couple more seconds. Get rid of some more ghosts and then time's up. So shout out to the team over at Accushot for coming and setting this up at Sharpshooter, because I had a ton of fun doing it. I hope that they're doing it on more shifts that I'm a part of, because I would love to do more drills on that, especially the situational type stuff. That stuff is super cool. It's really important to train on a heightened, how am I trying to say this? Getting your blood pressure up, getting your nerves up is a lot more real life based training than just standing and shooting at a static target while you're static. Now granted, I'm not moving on this either. I'm standing still the whole time. But at least getting your brain to work with no shoots and shoots. Stacking targets, moving around like that. It's really important to get this type of training in. So shout out to the team over at Accushot. I had a ton of fun doing this, and I really look forward to doing more stuff like that in the future. Should we get on to Russ, man? So Russ has been one of my favorite artists since 2016. My homie Dylan put me onto him. Shout out to Dylan up at B-Dubs. Showed me what they want, and I was like, okay, like, you know, that's pretty cool. And then he showed me Pull the Trigger, and I was like, yo, that's it, man. And then What They Want grew on me. That's a classic, obviously. But Russ has been one of my favorites just in terms of the amount of work that he puts in on the production, fully putting his own name everywhere on the credits, which, you know, I think if you do that, you have every right to be able to just throw yourself on the credits like that. So him, mixed, mastered, engineered, written by Russ, you already know what it is. We're going to go ahead and get into the vinyl and what he's doing, pushing independently. He put over $500,000 of his own money, and in the next post he says $798,400 to be exact, that he put into, I believe, 30,000 vinyl that he's selling for $15.99. $15.99 he's selling these for, man. Like, selling your vinyl for $15.99, and he's hand signing each one. So let's go ahead and watch this video. Oh, I got Twitter muted. Hold up.
All right, we're at the warehouse where the vinyl and merch is being made. I just want to show y'all, really signing these, signing the cover, not auto pen, $15.99, unheard of. Come over here. get a little taste of the merch. I'm still tweaking it a little bit. All of this is vinyl.
I don't know how I'm
Very
feeling
major
about
independent operation.
Wild
Right here, man.
right on your
All right,
ass.
we're at the
Russ. I really like
get
that.
a little taste of the merch. I'm
looks
still
like some
tweaking it a little bit.
Tell me that wild across the butt on some sweatpants don't look like some Victoria's Secret merch. Oh, Russ, I really like the hoodie though. The hoodie's dope. I like
all of this is vinyl. Very.
I like the album. So the wild on his hoodie there, or the crew neck, is the album cover. He did put a breakdown of what the logo, what the album cover means, what the title means. I didn't read it all the way through. I will read it later. We're going to get into this music video here in a minute. But what I want to get into is very major independent. What did he say?
Major independent operation going on here, man.
Very major independent operation going on. And so him fronting 800,000 of his own money and putting out a vinyl, $15.99, that he said has already sold thousands and thousands of copies. Before people have even heard the music, mind you. I bought a copy. I'm a Russ fan. I've got the past couple albums on vinyl. I need Chomp on vinyl. I don't think I have either of the Chomps on vinyl. I need that. But I got the album, obviously, before hearing the music. That's a risk. I really hope that I like this album. I think Movin is what's playing in the background of this here. So.
All right, we're at the warehouse where the vinyl and.
Sounds like it. Let's go ahead and get over into the music video. We'll go ahead and full screen this. I always like what Russ does with his music videos. I feel like he puts a lot into the production of his music videos the same way that he puts a lot into the production of his shows, and the same way that he puts a lot into the production of his music. He really cares about each and every little part. I could tell that he wants to be a part of that. I feel like there's a movement going on of bringing music videos back and making music videos important again. So to me, that's super cool. I always have high expectations when it comes to Russ, but I also understand that his music is so diverse that sometimes it's just not. He got certain songs that aren't for me. So it's called Movin'. From the snippets, it sounds more upbeat. So we'll see what kind of moving we're doing. Let's go ahead and get into this, man. Russ, Movin'. First single off of Wild. And I'm muted.
This isn't just a rap song.
Okay, hold up.
This my life, this isn't just a rap song. Devil taking shots cause I'm just way too hard to pass on. I am not a superhero, but they got the flash on. If my life's a movie, I would probably say it's Black Swan. Gotta live my life for me, I'm sorry, but it's that.
Alright, let's go ahead and break this down real quick. Hold up.
This my life, this isn't just a rap song.
This my life, it isn't just a rap song. I mean, obviously he's doing the rapping what I'm living type stuff. What does he say right here? The devil what?
Devil taking shots cause I'm just way too hard to pass on.
Devil taking shots because I'm just way too right to pass on? Okay. I'm like it.
I am not a superhero, but they got the flash on. If my life's a movie, I would probably say it's Black Swan. Gotta live my life for me, I'm sorry, but it's that wrong. They really been lying about the game, this shit is Capcom. God told me he got my demon digging hat on. I'm just trying to act strong. I'm moving.
Okay, so this is what I really like from Russ when he does get into his more mainstream poppy bag, is he's got bars on here. He's got bars. It's in a more melodic flow. I appreciate that he can tap into both sides at the same time. Truly have that Russ featuring Russ feel. I really like when he gets into this type of bag. So let's see what we got going into the hook.
Gotta live my life for me, I'm sorry, but it's that wrong. They really been lying about the game, this shit is Capcom. God told me he got my demon digging hat on. I'm just trying to act strong. I'm moving, blocking out the noise, I'm staying tuned in. I can't have you fucking on my moving. I'm just trying to focus, been at this and toast. One thing you should know is I'm moving, blocking out the noise, I'm staying tuned in.
This is fire. So he's very consistent in his messaging. Get away from me if you don't got that positive energy. You fucking up my movement. I'm moving. Like I really like the lyrics that he gives out. It's beats that you could ride to. It's beats that hit. It's lyrics that hit. It's lyrics that you could relate to. It's lyrics that you could apply to your life. We all can't relate to some of the stuff that they're talking about when they're talking about their money and going out to strip clubs and all this other stuff. But when you're talking about being on your own time, not taking no shit from nobody, just being in your own vibe and not letting nobody fuck that up. Like, get away from me. What did Kendrick say? Keep these bitches away from me? Nah, man. This is good. Let's go ahead. Let's run it.
Movin'. My dreams got me up at night, I can't sleep. My mom used to drive a van, so I'ma buy a Van Cleef. Always had ingredients for great.
Mom used to drive a van, so now I buy her Van Cleef? Hold up. Hold up. Put some respect on that.
My dreams got me up at night, I can't sleep. My mom used to drive a van, so I'ma buy a Van Cleef. Always had ingredients for greatness in my pantry. I just bought a ghost, I'm seeing shit that people can't see. People hating on me, didn't matter in the grand scheme. Baby, this Palermo in.
People hating on me, but it didn't matter in the grand scheme. Remember fuck Russ? Because he was saying shit about how much lean and pills you got to do before you realize that you're a fucking loser. He didn't even say that. He wore it on a t-shirt and made the whole internet mad. They be hating on me, but it really didn't matter in the grand scheme because he's still doing his thing, man. Amidst all the Drake and Kendrick and all the Joey versus the West Coast, Russ is just selling out shows. Russ is just putting out music. He never let none of that COVID, he never let Drake and Kendrick, none of that stop him from feeding the fans and giving them club bangers, giving them love songs, giving them bars, Chomp 1, Chomp 2. Like, that's what I really appreciate about Russ is he's given us his projects that he works on from an art perspective, like top to bottom, his projects. And then on the side is like, hey, just so you know, I could rap with Benny the Butcher and Black Thought on one song. And we're going to put that out on an album where I'm rapping with nobody but the best. I'm rapping with Big Crit. I'm rapping with everybody that you say is the best. I want them on the song. I want Conway on the song. I want everybody here on these Chomp records to prove that I am a rapper's rapper. But then he'll put out stuff like this that's melodic, and in there he's still letting you know that he's a rapper. Mom used to drive a van, now I buy her Van Cleef. It's not crazy, super in-depth lyrical miracle stuff, but that's fire. To say that on a bop is crazy. To say that on a bop
people
is crazy.
hating on me, didn't matter in the grand scheme. Baby, this Palermo in my hair, this isn't Pantene. Carrying way more than
Wait, what was the hair bar?
Baby, this Palermo in my see. People hating on me, didn't matter in the grand scheme. Baby, this Palermo in my hair, this isn't Pantene. Carrying way more than grand scheme. Baby, this Palermo in my hair, this isn't Pantene.
I need lyrics. I need lyrics. This isn't Pantene? I feel that, but what'd you say before that? Baby, this Palermo in my hair, this isn't Pantene. The hell is Palermo? Do I gotta get on that? Do I gotta get on that? Is a hair care brand created by none other than Russ himself. That's fire. I gotta get on that, man. If you didn't know, I got over 2 feet of hair, so I be on the long hair, do not care at all gang. So maybe I gotta get on Palermo. I wonder how much it is a bottle. Can't be more than what I'm spending on Pros right now. I've been rocking with Pros. I use their shampoo, conditioner, hair oil. Ain't gonna get on a whole hair care routine thing here, but that's fire. That's another fire way of throwing yourself in there. He just put on a brand that I didn't know existed, had me Googling it. That's pretty fire, man. You can't hate on that. You cannot hate on that, man. That is fire. This Palermo in my hair, this isn't Pantene.
Carrying way more than what I weigh, I'm feeling antsy. Do you understand me? I'm moving.
Wait, carrying way more weight than what? I'm feeling antsy? Because ants carry the weight, like they can carry like, I don't know how many times their weight, bro.
Baby, this Palermo
Bars.
in my hair, this isn't Pantene. Carrying way more than what I weigh, I'm feeling antsy. Do you
Carrying way more than what I weigh.
I'm moving. Blocking out the noise, I'm staying tuned.
Shout out to Russ, man. Shout out to Russ.
I'm just
And can we talk about how this music video hasn't changed from this perspective? It's just been from, I don't know if it's from the driver's seat or from the outside of the car looking through the driver's seat, but it's just been this angle. I haven't really been focused on the music video too much because I've just been listening to the bars. Um, it's just been this angle. It's only been this, and he's just been chilling. He's just been completely chilling this whole time. Looks completely unfazed. He's got all the women surrounding him taking pictures, and it's flashing, all that stuff. The windows in the car look all steamed up, and he's just looking super, super unbothered. So that's fire.
Trying to focus, been at this and toast. One thing you should know is I'm moving. Blocking out the noise, I'm staying tuned in.
Okay, now he's finally gonna get in.
I'm just trying to focus, been at this and toast. One thing you should know is I'm son. Just like Ty Jones, when they say who, just like Mike Jones, and I won't panic.
Like Mike Jones.
I don't count miles, dog, just a milestone.
I don't count miles, dog. Just the milestones. Oh, I'm glad I reacted to this, man. That's really good. So I get nervous about doing reactions because I want to break down bars like that. I want to be able to catch stuff on the first listen, but it's hard when you're on camera. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard when you're on camera. I want to react. I want to hear the music how I naturally hear it, but still be able to catch the bars that, you know, I catch. I probably didn't catch everything in there, but I think I caught some bars in there. And this reaction stuff is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Oh, just turn on the camera and react. But, you know, I want to pause. I want to give my opinion, but I still want to genuinely react to it. So that was a good first reaction, man. I like that. That was a really good song. So yeah, shout out to Russ, man. He's doing his thing. I'm really looking forward to Wild coming out. I think he said spring, summer 2025. So we ain't really even get a date. He's just, hey, it's coming. Let's see. I know there's the vinyl right there. I think he put out something on this about the vinyl. Here we go. He's signing the fuck out of these covers, man. Right here.
First shipment. And I don't know how many hours this is gonna take. I'm hoping I can do like 10,000 in 5 hours. Wish me luck. Wish me and my hand luck. I don't know. I think I'm naturally ambitious, so I'll probably do 1,000 in 5 hours. No, I'm kidding. Definitely. I'm about to start.
Yep, shout out to Russ, man. $15.99 for the vinyl. Super sick. Let's go ahead and get into Little Simz. Little Simz is, I don't want to misspeak and say where she's from, but she's from somewhere in Europe. I don't know if it's UK or what, but I'm not gonna lie. I forget the name of her last album that I love so much. Little Simz. Sometimes I might be an introvert. That's probably why I don't remember the name of it. But this album is fire. This album is super, super fire. I love a lot of songs on here. So this is really what got me into Little Simz. She's got something else too. That one, No Thank You, had some good songs on it too. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Little Simz, so I've been really excited to see what she had next. I did get this vinyl as well. Woman, fire. Little Q Part 1 and 2, fire. I See You, fire. Where's a song that I love? I know I got more Little Simz than this added. But anyway, we're gonna get into this new single real quick, so let's go ahead and get that. This is Little Simz, Free. This is just audio only. We got a little visualizer, but no music video. So let's go ahead and check it out. Not really sure what vibes we're getting here, but let's go ahead. Okay, already. So I love the sample. Um, when I was about to pause there, what I was gonna say is I really hope Little Simz raps on this because sometimes she be doing some other stuff, but I really like when she gets into her rapping bag, and the way that she already started, it sounds like she's defining love immediately right off the gate, and in that low voice, it sounds like there's going to be a build up here. I'm really looking forward to. Ooh, that's a bar. Me and my fiance were just talking about this. How so we've been together for 7 years, and you say loving somebody so much knowing they'll change. We got together when we were 20 and 21 years old. We are gonna be 30 and 29 soon, and it's just crazy to think that we've gone our whole 20s, and we are completely different people now than we were at the beginning of our 20s. So I think when people, they get bored in relationships, or they say that spark is gone, or you're not the same person that I fell in love with. And it's like, honestly, yeah, like I would hope that I'm not the same person that I was at 20 years old. And, it's different for everybody, but love is knowing that someone's going to change and loving them through it. I don't know exactly what she said there, but that's super. Sharing knowledge, that's another way that I really feel love with my partner is, we talk about work, we talk about life, we talk about all sorts of different things, and this is really gonna get me in my feelings, man. But I'm wedding planning right now, so I've been in my feelings, and we're gonna talk about that as well on this channel. I don't know if I'll do separate videos or live streams or whatever about it, but I do want to do some wedding planning content from the groom's perspective because I feel like there's not enough content on that on the internet outside of just the suits. But anyway, this is incredible, man. She's already got me in my feels. Let's go ahead and listen to her. Run it back just a second. If you've never heard of Little Simz, please do yourself a favor and go back through her discography. She's got a lot of music that's like this. It hits heavy. She's saying stuff on there and she's rapping just like this. She's again kind of similar to Russ. She's giving nonchalant vibes, but she's now we're gonna get into the opposite bag, into fear. Oh man, this is nice. Defense mechanism. She said it's a form of protection. It's definitely a defense mechanism from the unknown, from things that that give you that fear. It to me, it's the unknown. It's of the not knowing. A lot of fear is lack of understanding, and this verse. In the eye of the beholder, then why are we obsessed with seeking perfection? Exactly. Why? Why are we? And why am I not subscribed with notifications? Three and a half minutes? That did not feel like it was 3.5 minutes. Bring back the long songs, bring back third verses, bring back bridges, bring back effort, bring back effort in hip hop, in rap, in R&B. I want to see long songs. We have attention spans. We are adults. We can sit and listen to long songs that don't have 15 beat switches, okay? All right. Damn. That was good, man. If you don't know Little Simz, you know now. Get on that cuz that was incredible, man. That was awesome. Now, speaking of incredible, people are talking verse of the year. People are talking that this is YG at his most vulnerable. Now, I did hear the snippet of his verse. I heard the first quite a few bars, and it's deep, man. And he's just straight up saying it. Straight up comes out and says it, and is saying what we're masking some of this stuff with. And it's going to be really interesting to see YG's perspective on this, because YG, what do you think of when you think of YG besides fuck Donald Trump? What I think of is straight up blood gang, head to toe blood gang, throwing up gang signs, dancing on the beat, big nice cars, like, you know, what you think of as like quote unquote like the masculine man, tough guy. So for him to be this vulnerable on a track, I'm looking forward to hearing it. So let's see what YG's got to say on his song 2004 featuring Buddy and the Gang. I got to go back because I know what he's about to say here, but nasty beat already. This is West Coast. It's vibey. I like the strings. I like the bass line behind it. We're already starting off really nice. It doesn't sound like he's about to say what he's about to say though, which is crazy to do over something like this. So maybe that was the point of like getting people to ride how I was just riding. And if I hadn't already heard the snippet, I probably would have been very thrown off by this. And even look at the reaction of the actress on camera here. What? Said it changed him from that day, made him see everything different. And you know what he blamed. You know he just said what he blamed, and you know that's maybe what ruled his life and what he saw everything from the lens through that. So man, that's already heavy, man. Already.
They tell me don't worry. They ask me if I'm okay. Motherfuckers don't deserve me.
Is that Buddy? Buddy? I think that's Buddy. I don't know who the gang is, but I think that's Buddy. Yeah, that's Buddy. Wow. I didn't expect that. So, him talking about, hey, first of all, that messed me up at a young age. On top of that, I'm losing my homies. So, that, wow. You know, we talk a lot about a lot of this gang culture stuff, and I don't want to get into gang politics or anything like that, but I like that we're showing the other side of like, hey, it's really not that cool losing all your friends. It's tough, like going through that and not making about bodies that you got, but bodies that you've lost, and really putting an emphasis on that and how that at a young age, how young are some of these kids? How young are some of their friends that are gone? I mean, I'm from St. Louis. You know, I don't have any affiliations to nothing like that. But I mean, I see it all the time on the news. Every Monday morning, you talk about how many people you lost over the weekend, and some of the ages of these kids. Man, it hurts my heart. And to think, you know, you got friends that just got to go to school on Monday, friends that you know just got to go to work on the weekends. So it's important that this message is out there. For sure. and told the homies, and they said nothing about how dope it was. I mean, that's the reality of that type of situation when it's, this gender dynamic. Let's just gender and age dynamic is there ain't nothing wrong with this from just like the society point of view. But let that be an older man and a younger girl. Obviously, we know what happens with that. But shout out to YG putting a spotlight on this.
Y'all call it sex abuse.
Dude, shout out to Buddy on that hook. This is one of the smoothest hooks I've heard in a while. And I feel like I wouldn't want to say upbeat, but the more high tempo production here with that West Coast sauce on it, the Nate Dogg esque hook. But with what YG is saying, he's not covering it with no auto tune. He's not covering it with a bunch of bass and 808s and hi hats and beat changes. He's not hiding it with nothing. He said, "When I was young, I got raped," and let it echo and sit on the beat drop. Like, he's letting you know exactly what he's saying here. And the hook is a way to guide you from one story to another and different perspectives on this. And it's a really good way to catch that tune. And that could make this not necessarily like a pop hit or nothing like that, but it's got that hit energy to it but he's saying some real shit here, and he's not hiding it behind nothing. He's saying it straight up in all caps, and I love it. I love this song. Is this therapy? Is this therapy? So the female actress at the very beginning that put her hands over her mouth is this actress, and this looks like a therapy session. So that's very out to YG. That takes a grown man, a big man. That takes a big man. Look at that. Buddy really rolled in on this like Nate Dogg. Holy. Oh man. I don't know whether to head bop to this or cry. Facts. Facts. His storytelling abilities, man. He's got a couple out there that, I got to go back to for sure. Nipsey left me like how Biggie left Hove. Stuff we go through is not normal, and there are still people going through it. Yeah, shout out to YG for putting this out on his page, music video. I haven't obviously seen the reactions, but I see that all the big reacting pages have reacted to this. 222,000 views though. I think we can run that up a little bit more. We're definitely gonna press play on this a couple times just to give it its proper flowers, because this is amazing. This will go down as one of the most impactful songs of this year. And I hate to do it, but shout out to Kendrick, man, too. Shout out to Kendrick. A lot of these rappers sexually abused, hiding their pain behind chains and tattoos. And you know that lyric's gonna stand out to me for a while, and especially hearing this song and hearing what YG did on this, that is gonna be very prominent in the forefront of how I think about this record and how I think about other records that will be like this moving forward, because this will not be the last one. And that's what made me even more upset when Drake on the Heart Part 6 tried to put that angle on Kendrick like that was something to be made fun of. And you know, yeah, whatever, it's a rap battle, you know, anything goes, and you know, he could say whatever he wants, you know, absolutely say whatever you want, but that's just a weird angle, you know. I don't think that angle makes you look good. I don't think that angle makes Kendrick look bad if it was true, which, as we know, anybody with ears that listen to Mr. Morale knows that that was not true. But, you know, shout out to YG, man. I want to keep the focus here on YG and say that that was absolutely incredible. That was fantastic. Great production. Amazing hook by Buddy. Shout out to Buddy and the gang. The end of that was like, what are the names? RMR. They do the, I think it's RMR. Well, I could just go right here. What's the Broken Roads? The guys at the end with the ski mask.
I wake up and tears
They reminded me of
fall
these
down
boys right
like
here.
rain. I put
hope y'all
on
have
that
heard
old
this.
song that
hope
we
y'all have
danced
heard
to,
this.
and then I head
Head
back to the track.
track.
It's not much has changed.
I've been hurt and fucked up too.
Oh yeah, it's a whole song and then doing that. Watch him rush the camera. Ready? Nah, so those guys at the end of the YG Buddy video, that's what that reminded me of. Right here. Can we bring back that though? What do they call it? YN R&B or something like that? I'm with it. I'm with it, man. Hey, shout out to YG, shout out to Buddy. That was a fantastic song. Let's go ahead and get into Monta Watch, man. I'm going to get out of here in a minute, so we're not going to do too much. They did do a live, Instagram live, unveiling their newest watch, which is the Monta Skyquest in a new royal blue and true red aluminum bezel. The previous version, obviously, having the navy blue and the burgundy. Let's see if we can find that here. Yep. Navy blue and burgundy with the gold markers and numbers on the bezel. And on the new one, we've got the more bright royal blue and the true red bicolor aluminum bezel with white hands and markers and numerals on the bezel. So white metal, white numerals. A lot of people were mad saying, oh, they didn't really change anything. They didn't do some crazy color or crazy design. But when the original models dropped, everybody was asking for, oh, why isn't the Pepsi non-gilt? We need a non-gilt Pepsi. I want a non-gilt Pepsi. And so they give you the non-gilt Pepsi. Here we are. We got the non-gilt Pepsi,
guys,
and people are mad about it.
But
But as you can see, obviously, in the comments and stuff, and from what I know, people in the Monta Appreciation group on Facebook, it's, I would say the majority like this decision and like what Monta's doing here. And I mean, they've sold most of them already. Their first batch had 30, and I think they said they got like 10 left. I will be getting one of these into the channel for review. I'm actually going to go pick that up on Monday, and I'm only going to have it for a couple days. I'll get some wrist shots. We'll get some content up. I might do a live stream just talking about it, and yeah, we'll get a real. We'll do it its justice and get an actual video in for it. We'll do not really a review, but first impressions. Kind of just saying what I think about the bicolor aluminum bezel and the Skyquest in general, because as much as I love the Skyquest, I still haven't really had a lot of time with one, other than when I was deciding on whether to buy the Skyquest or the Ocean King. That's about as much time as I had with it. So looking forward to getting this on the channel. Shout out to Justin and Mike. Thanks for letting me borrow one. We'll see you guys on Monday, and I'm really looking forward to getting this on wrist. I'll pair it with a couple different outfits for some videos. We'll get some shots of it, and we'll do a full in-depth breakdown. And hopefully one day soon we'll have a conversation with Justin and Mike. I live in St. Louis, so obviously headquarters is in St. Louis, and I want to get together with them and have a chat. We'll do a proper interview. I will get some proper content out on the Pepsi Bezel Skyquest, and yeah, we're gonna go from there, man. So thanks for tuning into this live. I appreciate it. Go ahead and like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Russ, Little Simz, and YG. You looking forward to Monta putting out more watches this year? I know we got the Triumph. The new Triumph is going to be coming this year. Possibly a Blue Ocean King. A lot of different possibilities of what's going to come down the pipeline with Monta. Lots of new music on the way. Little Simz full album coming. Russ full album coming. So let me know if you want to do more of these live streams, and we could chat it up. Marcus Talks is out. We will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.